Okay, so how I make stuff in 3D Builder is that I usually start with what I want to make. Here's a shock absorber that I'm currently making. So basically, 3D Builder first gives you quite a few shapes that you can use. You can use cylinder. So most of the time, one brick size is 8 millimeters by 8 millimeters. How you change the size of an object is you can go here and you can change the size. I currently have them all in one group because when you don't have them all in one group, when you export it into a G code, it bugs out sometimes. So basically, here, but I'm going to ungroup for now. You can see this is made up of many parts. So you can see this cylinder and this cylinder are the same part. How I made these cylinders is quite simple. I first I took an object like this frame piece, I guess. Load. Again, now this frame piece is made of many separate frame pieces. So let's quickly invert selection. Wait, I need to deselect and just get that corner frame piece. What the? Oh well. So basically, let's take this corner frame piece and just move it to the side. So this is an 8x8 corner frame piece. It's not actually a perfect 8x8, but it works. So what you do is you take a cylinder, you make the cylinder 8 by, no, not 9, 8 by 8. It doesn't matter the height. And you basically align the two. Well, I'm not perfectly aligning it, but you get the point. And then whatever you do, and then you just align the two so it's perfect. Not like me. Not like how I'm doing it, I mean. And then you click both of them, and then you click intersect, and then whatever you selected will be intersected. You see it's not perfect. It took a while to get this one. So I'll delete that. I'll undo everything that I just did. So that's one of the tools, intersect. It's good for doing things like this. So let's say you have a cylinder. This is a cylinder. And if you want to hollow it out, you can do this where you basically insert a cylinder. No, it doesn't matter the width for now. Remember, a stud is 8x8, and then you insert another cylinder, and then you just make it like 30, like 38, so you have 1 millimeter walls. 38. And you have to stretch it up and down a little bit because I don't know why, it's kind of like that. And then you just click subtract, and then that's basically what you subtract. So you basically only select one object, and then whatever that object is intersecting with, the object will disappear, and then the intersection will also disappear, and then basically you have a subtract. Don't use the hollow tool. When you hollow like spherical objects, the inside gets all pixelated and stuff, and that's bad. So yeah. So I recommend, if you want to start like making a thing, so basically to get a pinhole, you can first just grab like a piece. Let's just say this frame. What? It just opens this frame. Okay, so you can see, wait. Oh my god, wait. See, ungroup. Oh yeah, and the group and ungroup just group things, and it's easier to select or deselect. So basically, let's just delete all of this stuff. You just click delete to delete stuff. You can see this is a simple pinhole that you can just get from my files, like on Thingiverse. And then, yeah, you can find my files by searching up Billy Bob Joe II on Thingiverse, and second is spelled with the number. And you can see this is quite a easy base to start off of. This axle, how you could get this axle, basically what I did is I took the object that I found on Thingiverse, aka this weird square piece that I need to find. This one. And then you see how it has axle holes? Basically, you take those axle holes, like you put a cylinder or something, and then you just make it 8 by 8 or 7 by 7 because I need it to be a little smaller. And then you just align it with the axle holes, and then you subtract it. So how you can get that? So, and then you select this one because you want to subtract from the cylinder, not the cylinder subtracting from this. So you select the square piece, and then you click subtract, and then it'll take a bit. And then you can see there's like a big cylinder on top and a big cylinder on the bottom. So what you first do is you just stretch it randomly towards the up a little bit. You take object, and then you go to edit. There's another really useful tool. You use split. So basically with split, you just, for this one I'll keep bottom. And then you can see, you can use the rotate. And then to type in the numbers for rotate, you just click it, and then you just start typing the numbers, and then they'll automatically pop up. So I don't want to rotate it right now. So you can first split it like that, and then after that you want to split the bottom off. Top, and then boom, you got an axle. And for that, now you can just go like that, and then done. You got an axle, and remember, one stud is 8 millimeters. So here, you can change it to 40, and then that's just 5 studs. So now you have an axle. You also have pinholes. So when you want to connect two things, you can just put a square in between like I did. It's quite simple, really. So here I use wedges to get the insert for the thing. Here you can see a wedge is actually a shape. How did I only get half a wedge? Well, it's quite simple. Remember the split tool? Oh god, I made it small on accident. Let's see, split tool. And then now you can see that when you split it in half, it usually snaps to a benchmark degree, I guess. So you can just keep one, and then you click split, and then you got a wedge. Also, there are other tools such as Emboss. Emboss is basically where you want to put text. Extrude down, I don't know really what that does. It isn't that useful. Simplify, it's good for when you want to create like models that are not like Lego, because you don't want to simplify the Lego pieces. Here, I'll show you what simplify does. You see this piece, this axle? If I click simplify, it just reduces the amount of faces. Just makes it real simple, and it doesn't really matter. Here's a really useful one. Let's say you just accidentally made your view get all gunked up and you want to see what you're selecting really nice. You just click center view. Over here you also get shading, which you definitely want shading on. Shadows isn't as useful. Colors, not useful at all. Reflections, like having them off. I don't know why I had them on. Smoothing doesn't make that big of a difference. You probably can't see a difference. Grid. Oh, and when you want to intersect things, and you want to see inside, you can click X-ray, and basically anything that you're not selected, there's X-ray. Wireframe is you can see the wireframe. I don't really like that. I'm going to turn off X-ray. So let's say you want to create a ball joint like I did, but you're too lazy to create an actual ball joint with all the complicated stuff like I did as well. you can just download a ball joint, a ball and socket joint from Thingiverse. So you first import a ball, and then you import a socket, and then after that you just select the two, and then what I did was I would first cut off the bottom end pieces, like edit, split, just cut off the bottom somehow, it doesn't really matter, split. And for this one, you do want to hollow the sphere. So you gotta hollow it before you split it. And basically, if you want to make the hole bigger, you subtract with a cylinder that's the millimeter wide that you want. So now you have this, and it's the complete wrong size. So what you can do is you first set one setting to 24, like Z, which is the upward downwards, and that's the one that we want for the ball joint. So you set it to 24, and then you first need to get what this used to be, which is this. So then you accept, and then you get that. Then you go to calculator, which I'm going to pull up. And then basically what you do is you multiply 27.87 or whatever by 25.84 over 24. And then that's how you get the dimensions of that, whatever, but I don't really know. I'm just going to randomly do stuff. Okay, let's just delete this. And it's basically how you get all this stuff. It's really quite useful, and yeah. So there's not really much. There's mirror. You can mirror apart. You get the point. Measure. Let's say you want to see actually how wide this hole is. It's 5 millimeters. Just saying. But wait. I can't get the. Oh darn. Wait. Yeah, this is why you need center view. Here, I'll go again. Wait. Please. Yeah, you can see it's 5 millimeters. This part isn't perfect, but it's around 5 millimeters. And so what do I do? So, and then you also, when making your things, you have to think about, like, if you can actually print it out or not. So that's why I have wedges on the bottom, so you can actually kind of print it out, or else it would be impractical. And yeah, that's about it. So I'm done.